Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application on this day. The music in the background is Donuts by Jensation, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now let's get on with the show, shall we? Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, 10/10/2016. In 2015, a twin bomb blast in the Turkish capital of Ankara near the main train station caused the deaths of at least 102 people and the injury of over 400 others. In 2010, the Netherlands Antilles were dissolved as a country. In 2009, Armenia and Turkey signed the protocols in Zurich, Switzerland to open their borders. In 1998, a Legnese Aerianis Congolese Boeing 727 was shot down by rebels in Kindo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, murdering 41 people. In 1997, an Austral Airlines DC-932 crashed and exploded near Nuevo Berlin, Uruguay, causing the deaths of 74 people. In 1986, the 5.7 MW San Salvador earthquake shook San Salvador, El Salvador, with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 9, which is violent, and caused the deaths of up to 1,500 people. A lot of people dying today. In 1980, the Farabundo Marti National Liberation Front, aka FMLN, was founded in El Salvador. Also in 1980, the 7.1 MW El Asnam earthquake shook northern Algeria with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 10, which is extreme, causing the deaths of at least 2,633 people and the injury of 8,369 others. In 1975, Papua New Guinea joined the United Nations. In 1973, Spiro Agnew, the former Vice President of the United States, resigned after having been charged with evasion of federal income tax. And in today's world, we elect people who are known to not pay taxes into the presidency. In 1971, the London Bridge reopened in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, after it had been sold, dismantled, and moved to the United States. In 1970, in Montreal, a national crisis hit Canada when Quebec Vice Premier and Minister of Labour Pierre Laporte became the second statesman to be kidnapped by the Front de Libération du Québec, aka FLQ, terrorist group. Also in 1970, Fiji became independent. In 1967, the Outer Space Treaty, which was signed on January 27th by over 60 nations, came into force. In 1964, the opening ceremony of the 1964 Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan was broadcasted live for the first Olympic telecast relayed by geostationary satellite. In 1963, the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty came into effect. In 1957, the Windscale fire in Cumbria, UK became the world's first major nuclear accident. In 1953, a mutual defense treaty between the United States and the Republic of Korea was concluded in Washington, D.C. In 1945, the Chinese Communist Party and the Kuomintang signed a principal agreement in Chongqing about the future of post-war China. This pact will later be commonly referred to as the Double Tenth Agreement. In 1938, the Munich Agreement ceded the Sudetenland to Nazi Germany. In 1933, a United Airlines Boeing 247 was sabotaged, causing it to explode in midair, becoming the first of such a proven case in the history of commercial aviation. In 1920, the Carthaginian plebiscite determined that the larger part of the Duchy of Carthagia should remain part of Austria. In 1913, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson triggered the explosion of the Gamboa Dike, thus ending construction on the Panama Canal. In 1911, the Wuchang Uprising led to the demise of the Qing Dynasty, which was the last imperial court in China and caused the founding of the Republic of China. In 1903, the Women's Social and Political Union was founded by Emmeline Pankhurst. In 1871, the city of Chicago stopped burning after a barn incident 2 days prior had set the area ablaze. In 1868, Carlos Céspedes issued the Grito de Yara from his plantation La Demajaga, proclaiming Cuba's independence. In 1846, Triton, the largest of Neptune's moons, was discovered by English astronomer William Lassell. In 1780, the Great Hurricane of 1780 caused the deaths of 20,000 to 30,000 people in the Caribbean. In 1760, in a treaty with the Dutch colonial authorities, the Nudjika people of Suriname, which were descended from escaped slaves, gained territorial autonomy. In 1582, due to the implementation of the Gregorian calendar, this date does not exist in that year in Italy, Poland, Portugal, and Spain. In 732, near Poitiers, France, a force commanded by Charles Martel defeated a large army of Moors, stopping the Muslims from spreading into Western Europe. And in 680, during the Battle of Karbala, Hussein ibn Ali, the grandson of the Islamic prophet Muhammad, was decapitated by forces under Caliph Yazid I. This event is commemorated by Muslims as Ashura. Births: Winston Churchill, 1940. Deaths: Christopher Reeve, 2004. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. You can also rate 5 thumbs and subscribe if you do so wish. For your dose of past events daily, I am Aeoxander, and you are you. Toodles! In 1760, in a treaty with the Dutch colonial authorities, the Nudjika people of Suriname, which were descended from escaped slaves, gained territory. Why can't I talk?